Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, Hysteria Projects. These are general messages, so please only take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Let's go ahead and just hop into it. We have courage. Fear walks beside courage always. Ain't that the truth? In fact, I'm pretty sure that the video I just posted yesterday was titled something about this. So, maybe it could be significant to this reading, who knows? But one of the things that I'm getting with this, though, is that whoever you are, you're a hard worker. I'm not saying that you like to be a hard worker, but you are, okay? You'll get things done when things need to get done. You're not afraid of, physical labor, but this also expands to a lot of other areas in your life as well. And another area of your life that this could expand to is love. For anyone that's been hurt, it can be very scary to allow yourself to open back up and things like that. And it seems like your energy here is that of just doing things that make you afraid. Facing those fears. Doing them even if you're still scared. And I love that energy. I do. You're someone that's been through a lot. And you do a lot. Maybe you multitask. We have depth and tenderness. There's more beneath the silence. Hold what hurts with gentle hands. There could be somebody that you're not communicating with right now. But there's also just this energy, too, of you carrying your pain very well, okay? Everybody has it. Everybody has depth to them, even if it's not expressed. And it's like you're taking care of yourself when it comes to your mental space and your emotional space and, healing and coping and things like that. You could have a group of friends that really support you, or this could even be family. I'm getting that there has been some very outdated things, and there's new doors opening for you, is what this is. New doors opening. Integrity. Do what aligns, even when unseen. I love that. Now, you've been in a few situations where, people can be really shitty sometimes. Especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Especially when it comes to doing the right thing. Okay? A lot of people will do good things and, as long as it's being seen, right? As long as they're getting acknowledged for it, as long as they're receiving some sort of praise or they look good in someone's eyes, and that's not your energy. Your energy is, I'm going to say true, honest, You have that energy that that the universe is always watching. Something could have ended. There's some sort of energy here about not being mad at like your alignment, at your growth, okay? Whoever that is for you, this could be somebody that maybe things ended with, or could have even put you in some sort of danger. Whereas, like, you had courage, and this person was a coward. You know, I keep seeing, like, a mask. So, you know, it's like at some point you were dealing with somebody that was wearing a mask. Somebody that was very two-faced. This could have caused a lot of stress. This is a lot, but I'll take it. You got serenity and stillness. The soul remembers how to breathe. Your tenderness is a sacred instrument. And the unexpected holds the exact key that you need. Yeah, you dealt with somebody here that put you through a lot of stress. This could have been a romantic person. Doesn't necessarily have to be. This could have even been somebody that you didn't view that way, but they viewed you that way. Okay? I'm going to pull some of these. I love the energy that you have towards yourself, because that's really what this is. This is a lot of energy that you're embodying. And it's very beautiful. You know, you've been through a lot, and, you know, you had the courage to go through those hard times, those depths within your soul, within your heart, within yourself. You know, and you have been aligning. Most so, you've been aligning with your peace. There's new doors that are opening here. Caring, empowered, feminine spirit. You definitely have a very beautiful soul. Even more so that there could have been somebody in the background here that, you know, could view you as that could have viewed you in a certain light, right? And it could have been kind of surface level. I'll say that. And with this prosperity, building wealth for the future, I'm getting that this isn't necessarily physical wealth. Although with the energy of you being a hard worker, it very well could be a part of that. But the type of wealth that you have been building can't be taken away from you, can't be stolen. It's bigger than money. Much bigger than money. You know, you really have been transmuting your pain. And it's there's a lot of depth to you. Look, integrity comes out twice. I'm stumbling over my words, so sorry. It says, be sure your motives are pure before proceeding. You know, you could have really dealt with some people that did not have good intentions, you know? And I see that, like, you're surrounding yourself with people that do support you. And you've had to endure a lot of endings. And once again, it's this energy of, like, you don't do something because you think that you're going to get praise for it. You do something because that's what your heart tells you to do. That's what you feel is the right thing to do. And even if no one's watching, the universe is always watching. It says you draw upon inner strength to overcome. And then simple comforts. My tummy is growling. I'm drinking my first cup of coffee, so try to ignore it if you can. It says comfort in each bite. Simple meals to warm the soul. Oh, maybe that's why my tummy is growling. Nourish, warmth, flavors. I'm just going to say this because it might resonate for somebody else too. Your appetite could have greatly increased. Okay. It Sometimes we're around people or in situations or in certain environments that really affect us physically, and sometimes when we purge negative energy and we try to get ourselves back into alignment, it can affect other areas of our physical body as well. I'm seeing that there are some people in your energy here, friends. Again, could be family, or friends that become family that are helping to nourish you. Again, there was like some sort of like outdated something that really had been played out. And it's like, I'm getting this image in my head, so it could be significant for somebody, but when you have a cassette tape and you play it over and over and over again, you're constantly rewinding it and playing it over, and then one day all the tape just shreds out of it. It's giving that energy of it's done. Like it can't be rewound and fixed. Like this time when the ribbon shredded out, it got fucked up. All right, it's never gonna play the same. And so there's these new doors that are opening for you, these new avenues, these new ways of thinking, and new keys to things in this physical world, things that are stable. Looking back, review the past for clues on how to move forward. And awareness. I think that you can look back at a few things, and maybe it hurts to look back, but you stood with integrity and you walked through that door. Or maybe you were given warnings, or I don't know. It's giving that something wasn't an accident, though, okay? Wise decision. Take extra care when choosing your next step. I mean, you were dealing with somebody that didn't have integrity, okay? Very much a snake that just really wanted to siphon off your life force. With this lasting keeper here, I feel like that really was the divine stepping in and helping you put an end to certain things. Your life is being shaped right now, and it feels very unknown, okay? The future feels very unknown. Now, you might have some ideas or possibly even a plan for certain things, but when it comes to the bigger picture of things, the energy that I'm getting is more unknown than it's ever been before in your life. And that's why you have so much courage. That's where this scariness comes in, is because you really are stepping into something new here, and you're embracing it. I feel like you're more so kind of going with the flow now, and an like easy compared to the past. Success. Your current venture will excel if you stick with it. Now, I'm seeing forward movement. I'm seeing certain masks have fallen off. And this isn't necessarily people that are close to you, but it could be. You really are prioritizing your peace. And you're embracing the changes of life. Illumination. What you could not see before becomes clear. And then faithful friends. Again, you have a group of people around you right now that I want to say is helping your nervous system. These are people that even love your flaws. And whoever this individual was that you were dealing with that caused you a lot of turmoil, I'm getting that this was a romantic partner of some sort, even if it wasn't mutual, okay? You're being helped in a lot of different ways, and there's a lot of changes that are taking place that is helping you with this forward movement and helping you to explore new things. And that just confirms what I was just talking about with this sacred union, this person that you were dealing with. And this very much could have been this person wearing a mask. Doesn't have to be, though, okay? We have daily trade, exchange of goods and ideas, community thrives, local, seeking value, friends, and then foresight. You are being shown a glimpse of your future. You have some very wonderful people in your energy right now. Even if it isn't very clear, you do have a lot of support, a lot of love that is being sent your way. And a lot of people are learning about how much you have transformed, how much you have ascended, how much you've grown, how resilient you are. Is there anything else from this deck before I get into the tarot? Those were shuffling funny. Alright, let me grab a tarot deck and my cup of coffee. It's funny how much my stomach started growling when this card came out. Just making an observation. Oh, look. Didn't even notice this. I had pulled this deck out earlier. We have strength with this courage card here. That is very suiting for you. That very much is your energy. And not only do you embody a tremendous amount of strength, but there's people around you that admire your strength. There are people around you that want to give you love and support. And because of how strong you are able to help others. With their healing, with their difficulties. You have such a big heart. There's this energy here that it's like you're tapping into that inner child of yours. There's this playfulness, there's this innocence about you. And that's good. It's good to have that. The way that you think about things are slowly changing. I feel like you've made some pretty tough decisions. Just in general in your life. And it's like some of these recent decisions may have caused a lot of heartbreak. You may have had to move forward alone and just carry all of the weight of everything by yourself. But it really only made you stronger. This is part of this whole outdated thing that I was touching base on a second ago. There's things about the way you think that is changing, and there's new opportunities that are being brought up for you. New ideas, new avenues for maybe even career or finances. Yeah, this 10 of Wands coming out in the reverse, you've set those burdens down. You're no longer willing to carry that weight. If it doesn't bring support, if it doesn't bring loyalty, if it's not trustworthy, you don't want no more to do with it. And you have a lot of depth to you, and surface level shit just don't cut it. Just don't cut it. Yeah, you've been through a lot of heartbreak, especially with a particular person here. You are getting help moving forward. Again, there's somebody specifically that did not have integrity. And this is somebody that I don't even have to go into it. You know your situation, okay? You know exactly who I'm talking about. And this is somebody that you're healing from. This is somebody that doesn't have integrity. This is somebody that very superficial. And you just don't have room in your life for things like that, right? So there's been endings, cycles completed. There is this start over for you. Chariot, you are moving forward and you are getting assistance in doing so. And part of the assistance that you are receiving is assistance through people that actually are good people. People that are actually honest and trustworthy. Again, this type of energy here, you don't have room in your life for that anymore. It is what it is. The Six of Pentacles, there's this energy of not just having equal give and take, but you getting to this point where you have more than enough to share and help others. There's a lot of things that is still being hidden from you, and it doesn't matter. And I don't really feel in this energy that you even care. I don't sense that at all, because you're stepping into the new unknown, and you're brave enough to do so. Whereas I think you're opening your eyes up and becoming aware of how many cowards really surrounded you. How many people are afraid to do what you're doing. And you've been putting in a lot of hard work to get towards your happiness. And it's very much probably felt like a roller coaster. And to be honest, on the outside looking in, people might not think that you have very much. They might think that your life is in shambles, or you don't have enough, or this and that. But internally, you are built so much stronger than all of these people that want to judge you. You have a level of peace. You have this transformation and access to new opportunities, new everything, really. The most important things in this life can't be seen. And people forget that. So you're moving forward. You're moving on. You're taking all of those burdens, you're releasing them, you're healing through the hurt. And this is all forward movement here. Maybe things are going pretty slow right now. There's a lot of people that are about to be experiencing tower moments because they lacked truth. They lacked transformation. People that wanted to win at all costs are now feeling defeated. And you're just moving forward into things that bring you more peace, more happiness. It's amazing when you start recognizing yourself, right? And how much courage, how much strength, how much even hope that you have, how much growth you have been through, and all of the things that you've overcome. And then you see people around, and it's like, I feel like if you haven't already, you're going to experience a couple moments where it feels like it just blows your mind. Is there anything else, Spirit? I mean, you definitely have been transforming behind the scenes all by yourself. And you may look one way on the outside, but you are so divine. You are so rich in spirit. And that is something that money can't buy. That is something you actually had to work for and do. And because you have put in all this work, because you are, it's giving this sense of like spiritual royalty, okay? All of these beautiful qualities about yourself, these are things that are going to be manifesting in this world. Things are going to be changing here. Okay? You will be seen. If you're not already being seen by those closest to you. And there's going to be a lot of sorry people out here. But these are people that also had the opportunity to do that inner work, and they didn't want to. But you did. So I definitely see some very physical blessings that are going to be coming your way. And there's been a lot of mental blessings that have happened and taken place too, because of the choices that you made, because you made that choice to set down that burden, set down that weight, look forward to your future, and walk away from all of these people that just continuously stabbed you in the back. And for some of you, it could have been a fucking lover. It sucks to be that person right now, or it will be. Because if that's the energy that this person embodies, the fact that you have removed your energy and you have stepped away, they're on their own now. They're not under your protection anymore. And it is what it is. You're being aligned with your happiness. And this new alignment, it's not going to be an emotional roller coaster that feels like a ride you just can't get off of. This is something that's going to be new and exciting, and you could be aligned with new love. You're equal. I do want to pull a final message because I don't feel like there's much more to this message. You know, this whole message is just a beautiful turnaround, right? I feel like you've been walking through these steps all alone. And once again, the universe sees all. And you have been walking with so much bravery, empathy, integrity. You're a very, very beautiful soul. So let's pull a final message. Okay. Final messages, please. I know I pulled more than usual, but that's okay. I feel like it was needed. All right. Seeds of miracles. Every thought you plant will eventually blossom in an amazing way. It's literally what I just said about things about to be manifesting in this physical world. That is definitely going to more reflect in a more positive way of how beautiful of a person you are. You know, you plant beautiful seeds. Inner light. Your light can never be dimmed by another shadow. Keep shining gently, and the right souls will recognize your authentic glow. The universe listens. Every wish you whispered is heard by the universe. It's responding in subtle, gentle ways that align perfectly with your heart. Power of stillness. The true power comes from tranquility and trust rather than noise and control. And then we have dream signal. When a dream keeps reoccurring, it's not coincidence, it's destiny calling. The time has come to take that brave step. And you have a tremendous amount of bravery. I hope this message resonates with you. You're a beautiful individual inside and out. So I hope this helped, and until next time, bye.